Okay, so I'm going to do a bulgogi burger today. It's pretty simple. We're going to make some bulgogi and we're going to use that in a hamburger. I've got some Korean pear. Got about half of a small one. Got a quarter of a small onion. I've got a little mushroom here. Got half a kiwi. That's going to help tenderize it. 4 cloves of garlic. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I need some sesame oil. I want a tablespoon of that. Or a teaspoon. Now I'm going to use some fish sauce. This is a pretty high quality fish sauce. I really like this one. Put about a teaspoon of that in there. So we're going to blend all this up. And I've got 1 pound of thinly sliced ribeye. This is from the Korean market. That doesn't look very pretty. Put this on here. I've got 1 small green onion that I've chopped up. We're going to put that in there. And then we're going to mix this up. And then we'll let it marinate for at least an hour, but I like to give it a couple of hours. But because it's got kiwi in there, you should not let it marinate overnight. If you're going to let it marinate overnight, let it marinate without the kiwi, and then put the kiwi in the next day. All right, another thing that needs to be done kind of early is we're going to need to make a coleslaw. I've got some finely shredded cabbage, not super fine on the grater. I just used a knife, cut it up pretty small. I've got some salt. I got about a tablespoon here. Mix this up. And what we're going to do is we're going to cause this cabbage to wilt down, just like we're making kimchi. Only we're doing it in a fast method. You may have seen me do this in the fish taco video. Same thing. We'll let this sit. I'd like to let it sit an hour. Okay, so our cabbage is wilted down quite a bit. You can see it's a little bit salty right now. As you can see, quite a bit of liquid has come out of it, and that's what we're wanting to do. But because it is a little bit salty, I'm going to give it a quick rinse, and then I'll taste it again. If it's still salty, I'll rinse it again. But I think just 1 quick rinse ought to be good for this. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've got my cabbage here. It's been rinsed off. I've got 3 leaves of Kkaennip here. And I'm going to take these stems, I'm going to take them off. I don't like to eat those too much. We're going to take our Kkaennip, we're going to roll it up, and I'm pretty sure you can figure out that we're just going to chiffonade this real thin. Now, I'm just going to cut this up a little bit. There we go. And we got to go in here. Now, I've got 2 little bitty green onions. If you had the big ones, you could probably do 1. Let's cut these into pieces. Cut these in half. And we're just going to shred these up. So there's our green onion all shredded up. We're going to add that in here. You off to the side. Bring the bowl. And I've got 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And I like to use mayonnaise that does not have high fructose corn syrup in it. It's just a personal preference of mine. Put a few grounds of black pepper. And we're going to give us a good mix. Now, this isn't going to be real creamy. It's just going to have a little bit of mayonnaise on it. But you're more than welcome to add more mayonnaise. I mean, if you're making it, or if you're being diet conscious and want to use veganese or whatever, hey, go ahead, do it. Be back in a minute. Okay, so we're going to make our spicy mayo spread. I've got a tablespoon of gochujang, that's the Korean red pepper paste. I've got half a tablespoon of the Korean daejeon, the Korean bean paste, fermented bean paste. And mix that up a little bit. I've got a teaspoon of our chili and garlic sauce that we made a while back. Then I'm going to put half a teaspoon of sesame oil. I have 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Mix this up. It's going to look like ketchup when we're done. Kind of like ketchup. Alright, our pan's hot. We're going to put a little oil in here. Don't need a whole lot of oil. Swirl it around. If you use a non-stick pan, you wouldn't have to put any oil at all. I'm going to cook about half of this meat. Alright, this is almost done. I just keep stirring it around, flipping it over. And actually I'm kind of breaking it up because it was those big long pieces. And we're just kind of breaking that up a little bit. Alright. Most of that excess moisture has dried off. That means the marinade's cooked in. Picked up just a little bit of color. I don't want to cook it too long. Just wish this stove was more powerful that I could have seared it. Then it would have a nice color, but you know, we'd have to live with what we got to work with. Anyway, let's take this out. And then we'll make up our burger. Alright, so let's assemble. I've got a lightly toasted bun. I put a little clarified butter on there and then toasted it. I mean, pretty basic stuff there. We're going to put some of our spicy mayo. Now, if you don't have any of that chili garlic sauce left from whenever you made that, sriracha will do in a pinch. I know it's not as good, but you know, sometimes we make sacrifices. There we go. Nice little spread. Now, take one piece of Kkaennip. We're going to put that on our bun. Now we're going to take our bulgogi meat. And how much and how little is up to you. It's your burger. Load it up. Eat light. That's your choice. A little bit more. So all in all, that's probably about a quarter pound of our meat. Put that on there. You're not going anywhere. Be right back. Now, we're going to put our slaw on here. There we go. That looks good. Put our bun. And we're ready to eat. So, how does it taste? Looks good. Certainly looks good, right? Yeah. Mm.